Alright, turning sound. Here we go. Bit of Elvis and Costello this morning. There he goes. Hey, Elvis. Hey, guys. How you going? Hey, welcome to High Vibes at 5:55. I'm Michelle House from Rich Living. And here we are on a beautiful Monday. The start to another amazing week, hey? The first week of March. If you're in Brisbane, I think the topic of discussion would have to be Adele was here over the weekend. And we live actually pretty close to the city, so it was quite magical last night to hear her amazing voice booming across the suburbs from our back deck. It was very, very cool. It was super cool. Hey, good morning. There we all are. Good morning, Georgina. Hey there, Beck. It was really cool. Thank you. I'm just trying to think. It's busy. My daughters are both in the Grease performance with Harvest Rain, and they do rehearsals every single weekend. They've got next weekend off, but other than that, every single weekend for this whole term. And then they do a massive production at the convention centre. I think they've got 5 shows. Harvest Rain's awesome for young kids and acting. Yeah, they're having a ball. They're having a ball. Morning, Catherine. Nice to see you. Good morning, Robin. Nice to see you this morning, darling. Good morning, Sonia. Melinda, I couldn't find you. Now I have. Here I am. A little panic. Where'd you go? Actually, I'm glad you guys, you've just reminded me about something. I really want to say these 5:55s are awesome, and I love doing them. You know I do, and I love seeing you guys here too. But it's really unreliable way to stay in contact with me. Facebook. Hey, Michelle. Facebook. Now I've said their name, I'm probably on some hidden radar. It's its own magical marketing beast. And I know that a friend of mine who has a massive page, he has over 3 million likes on his page, and he does a daily show. And he also, he does a daily show, and he does lots of sharing for other people and all that kind of thing. Facebook put his account, they blocked him last week for 6 days. So he had done this whole, like 5:55's got everybody in the habit of turning up and looking at the show. And then he was blocked for 6 days. And he couldn't get in touch with them to find out what was happening for, I think, 2 or 3 days, maybe. I don't know all the details, but it was 6 days before he got back online. So my email list is mine, and people can't touch it. So if for some reason you show up here one day and I'm not here, it's not because I don't love you and I don't want to be here. And that has happened to me before, actually. It was Chinese New Year this year, and I went to do a spontaneous live in the Facebook group, and they had blocked me. No reason. It's just, hello, Michelle, your account is blocked. And I'm like, what the? So, and another friend of mine, Eva, who was on here last week, she's been kicked out for 3 days. So there's a lot of changes happening within Facebook at the moment in relation to groups and advertising on Facebook and businesses being on Facebook. So just it's glitchy, and it's not something that I'm relying on to connect with you. My first priority to connect with you will always be my emails. So make sure you are getting emails and you are on my list. Because if, God forbid, I wasn't able to talk to you at 5:55 in the morning, oh God, that would be like taking my drugs away. Good morning, Melly. Good morning. Oh gosh, I had fun with your name over the weekend, didn't I? Sorry about that. All sorted. Georgina. Yeah, it's been happening a lot lately. It's true, you shouldn't build a business based on Facebook alone. It's great we can find you other ways. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that, good morning, Nerd, and that you guys, I was in Facebook jail, and I felt really naughty. And I'm going, I don't even know why I feel naughty. So yes, just make sure that you are connected with me in other ways outside of Facebook. And I know that I've got you guys in here now that I could probably somehow work out how to message one of you and be able to get the message out to most people on my behalf anyway. But yeah, I just really don't rely on Facebook. But also the other thing is, we've now got a process happening where we've got the last week's lives and can copy them. Well, we've got the last week's lives and we put them across. I'm going to try and use my technical mind at 6 o'clock in the morning. We put them across into an email, and so every Monday, all 5 will actually be there, except last week, because that was the other thing. Remember last week that we actually did a live, but it didn't record. So yeah, let's not rely on them at the moment. Robin, Michaela's looking at that for you this morning. Yep, she'll look at that for you this morning. Good morning, Kim. High vibes, high vibes, high vibes. Yeah, high vibes. It's almost like the energy of the Dell is still filtering through Brisbane. It's fantastic. So I wanted to talk to you today because we're coming into the last week of Money School being open for enrolments, closing the doors on Sunday. But I'm putting together a list of emails that I'll be sending out to you guys. Yes, it's to talk about Money School being open, but there's also these topics that come up that are important for us, not just around Money School, it's important for us in our lives. And yeah, hello from the other side. Don't make me sing. Yes, so so I've got some topics that this week. I was writing my emails this morning and doing some writing, and I thought I'm really going to talk to you guys about that this morning because I see it all the time. I see it when I've started a program and I'm working with people in the program before they come and join me. I've seen my friends do it. I've seen my family do it. I know that I do it sometimes, and it's all about time. When we have that excuse of, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to fit Money School into my life. I don't have enough time to go to the gym. I don't have enough time to go on a date night with my husband. I don't have enough time. Like, can you hear? And I bet you, give me your I don't have enough times, please. Don't make me stand out here on my own. Give me your I don't have enough time twos down the side and we'll have a look at them. I don't have enough. And then I was going, okay, so when people are saying to me, I don't have enough time in my life to take on Money School for 6 months, I start to think about the question. I always relate back to health for me because it's the same thing. It's same, but different. So for me, I don't have enough time to manage my money is like saying, I'm just going to read my notes. I don't have enough time to manage my money or to do Money School because it's easier for me to just keep spending and then get into stress and then get into worry and then get into anxiety. It's easier to do that than to do Money School. It's easier for me to ignore the bills and blame my partner. I don't have enough time to do Money School or to manage my money because it's easier for me to sit in my dead-end life with it going nowhere. It's actually easier for me to just sit here and wake up every day and just go, I'm okay with today because it's easier. So when you are contemplating something, considering something, you've been invited to do something, and that's your excuse is, I don't have enough time, that's because it's not a high enough value for you. So if I'm talking with people on the phone about Money School, and they say, I actually don't have enough time. And I go, oh, okay, well, let's go revisit your values that we talked about at the beginning of the call. And at the beginning of the call, you were telling me that wealth and money and freedom are at the top of your list. And health is second and love is third for this particular person. But you don't have enough time for Money School. You're not aligned with your values. There's a misalignment happening there. So if you hear yourself saying, I don't have enough time to go to the gym, but I want to be healthy, but it's easier for me not to go, really mixed up messages that you're sending to yourself, but also sending out to the universe, right? Because the universe is hearing a mixed message going, I really need to get my money shit sorted. Oh, look, there's Money School. I really want to do that. But I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. And the universe goes, okay, well, next, what about this? What about that? And then you constantly just waking up every day going, well, what about this one? What about this one? What about this one? And another 6 months is going to go by where you go, shit, I wish I did Money School because here I am again 6 months later. And when I think about it, I did have the time. Think about that with your health. I really did have the time to get up and go for a walk in the morning. Even if I couldn't afford paying for a gym membership. I did have the time to get up and go for a walk. Yeah. So let's have a look. Melinda, there is never enough time, but we can always choose to make what is important to us happen. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, values. So if you find that you're saying that all the time, take a couple of minutes and sit down and work out, what are your values? What are your values? What do you value in your life? Blurt out 8 and then shortlist down to 3. Okay. And then work out, that's when you start to prioritize and you go, well, hang on, if wealth is important and I don't have anything in my calendar this week about managing my money, that's not a value for me. Or that is a value for me and it's emotionally charging me right now. I need to do something about it. Yeah. So time is all we have. It's the guarantee that we have for a limited time is time. Money is not all we have. Family is not all we have, but time is all we have. Does that make sense? So it's Zig Ziglar, because I was getting a quote from him. I was just seeing that on my notes. Sorry. Zig Ziglar says, lack of direction, not lack of the something is the problem. We all have 24 hours. Not lack of time is the problem. We all have 24 hours. And that's so true. I know a lot of people here look at me and go, oh my God, how does she do that? How does she homeschool her kids, run a business, launch a program, look after a cat that meows 2 o'clock in the morning, help her husband with his business while making sure that he's doing the safety thing that he's really into at the moment? How does she do that? Because I'm really clear on my values. I'm so clear about what my values are, that they are aligned in my timetable for the week. I've got 24 hours just like you. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning because time to me is precious. And I value myself. So I get up at a little bit extra early, and extra early to you guys, but I get up early and spend that time with me. Georgina, I don't have enough time for most things. Okay, consider doing this. You know how you budget your money? So you get an allocation of money and then you go through and you write out your expenses and you're left with money or you're not left with money. Do that with time. Do that exercise with time. You have been given this much time today. You've been given 24 hours. You've been given this many hours over a week. Go allocate it and then see how you're using your time. And as with, we did this in Budget Blitz, and we do it in Money School on a whole new level, is tracking. Track your time. What am I doing? Am I on Facebook? Oh my God, I've been on Facebook for an hour. I don't value that. That is not bringing me value and I'm not giving value. Sometimes I have to be on Facebook for an hour because I'm giving value. But if I'm wasting time and scrolling, that's not aligned with my values. There's a great app. I will just, because I've got mine on. It's called Toggl, Toggl. I use it through Google Chrome. And it's a timer, so you can set the timer for your task. So you can go paying accounts, go, and then you just sit down and you focus and you pay your accounts, and then you hit the timer at the end. It's a really good way to pick up where you get distracted too, because the timer will pop up and go, hey, you didn't click off an end on the timer. You go, oh, hang on a sec, that's because I went and put a load of washing on and watered the garden and I did this and I did that. So it's really cool. If you need help with working out where your time is going and if that time is being consciously spent, yeah? Georgina, and my planner has been changing so much. Okay, awesome. So you've been using the planner and that's working for you with allocating your time. Is that what you mean? A few years ago, I don't have enough time a lot. Then I changed my thinking around what my priorities are and I adjusted accordingly. Yeah, what's your priority? If your priority is not feeling shit about money anymore and feeling free, and that's your priority right now, why are you still not managing your money? Does that make sense? Beck is also saying, I am top of my priorities. My self-care. I now get up a couple of hours before my family so I can do me stuff. It's the best time of the day. It really is. It's very quiet. Georgina, I've never made myself top priority. 3 kids, hubby, and 2 fur babies come first. Okay, so let me tell you, I have a husband. What do I have? I have a husband. I have 3 children. I have 2 guinea pigs. We had 5 chickens. We're down to 1. I have a dog and I have a cat. And I'm always up at 4 o'clock in the morning for myself, not for anybody else. And they are all fully aware of that. You know, Lockie may come down here and sit in the background when I do a 5:55 if he's woken up early, but he knows that I'm not with him, like with him and present with him until I get back from the gym. So I do my 5:55 here, then I go to the gym, and then I come back, and then I'm here for everybody. And you know what? It makes me a better mum. It makes me a better business owner. It makes me, and when I say better, I want another word for better. Present, connected, conscious, awake, aware. Now I have to say that took me a long time to do that. I had to let go the thought that everybody needed me, because that was actually not serving me. And it was my thought that nobody needs me. They actually do not need me. I think that they do, because I want everything to unfold my way and have control over the situation, but they don't actually need me. The only time that my children needed me was when I was breastfeeding them. They needed me, and that was my choice. And you know, there's probably people who will go, well, they actually didn't need you because they could have had a bottle of formula. True, totally true. But then I had to wean myself off them. And that whole statement of they need me is actually bullshit. And I'm speaking that from experience because it's only something I've recently discovered about myself back in December, where I was sad to realize that they don't. Yet my whole life was being framed around them needing me. And, you know, the 4 o'clock in the morning started when I started doing that probably 4 or 5 years ago now, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I think. And it was still the first couple of half an hour blocks were about everybody else. I really had to switch it to being about me. It takes practice, but it's what do you value? I value me. I put myself at the top of the list. If I'm not at the top of the list and something happens to me, everything goes to shit anyway. So I have to look after myself. Does that make sense? So I have to value myself. I have to love myself enough to put myself at the top of the list. It's the oxygen mask. You know, when they say to you, when you first get on that plane with your baby and you hear that lady say to you as a mother, give the oxygen mask to yourself first and then your baby, and you go, oh, I can't do that. Well, you have to do that, because if you're not getting oxygen, you can't look after your baby. It's the same thing. Yeah? Kim, I am conflicted here. I'm doing a graduate diploma, senior education, 12-month, full-time, 40-hour-week studies. I'm doing it as my step towards financial freedom. I'm giving up time elsewhere to do this and family time, hence the only reason I'm not doing money school. Okay, so Kim, we can have a further conversation about that if you want to, but just taking it as an example, is it's priorities. And if your senior education, so your graduate diploma, 12-month full-time, 40 hours a week studies is the step for financial freedom for you, and that's what you're connected to, and you are emotionally moved by that and connected to that, then that's what you do. You know, money school isn't for everybody, and I'm completely okay with that. What I'm here to do, though, is to get you thinking and to encourage your thoughts to happen, encourage your consciousness to awaken in relation to making decisions about anything. Yes, money school, because that's what I'm immersed in this week. If you're giving up time elsewhere to do this and family time, the only reason you're not doing money school is not something that's going to take 40 hours a week. It is very much a hand in hand walking together. We're going to get this done this week. We're going to get this done this week. We're going to get this done this week. I'm fully aware that I've got business owners. You know, I've got women on there who are working with me privately as I'm their business coach. We're cutting back their business hours to free up time in other places. I'm fully aware that people have massive loads of time going on. But what I want you to be clear about is where your time is going. And Money School's probably, it depends on how much you want to put into it. You know, your task, the task for the week may take you 10 minutes. It may take you an hour, depending on who you are and where you're at. If your task for the week is sit down and think about the first time you got pocket money, can you remember that? How did pocket money unfold for you? Did you always get it, or did your parents forget to give it to you sometimes? That might be a really easy answer for one person, and for another person, that's a massive story that needs to get cleared. So the other practical things that come in there, you know, today's the week that we're all going to, I don't know, I've got so much information in my head, I can't even pull one out. We're all going to track our spending for the day. And some of you may do that and spend and go and do 35 transactions. Some of you may do one transaction. What I want to say to you is Money School is not a 40-hour a week program. My videos to you and my lessons to you will be 5 minutes, and then what you choose to do with that, how interactive you are in the group, is more than that. Maybe we should have a private chat a bit further about that, Kim. If anybody else has got any questions, please send me a private message. I'm more than happy to pick up the phone and talk you through anything you need to talk through. Beck saying, Georgina, you must be first. How can you give so much to others if you're not 100% yourself? Yeah. These 555s now for myself. I'm trying. Awesome. Don't think I've weaned them. Oh, see, our kids are a similar age, Georgina. I've got 13, 11, and Lockie's, how old's Lockie? Lockie's 8. And it's also that thing too of where you start setting them up to look after themselves too. So, you know, Lockie's 8 and, since he was 6, made his own breakfast, supervised, like if he was using the toaster or the oven, there was always his older sister or a parent around supervising or in the kitchen at the same time. He's always made his own breakfast, packs his own lunch, has his own washing basket with his own clothes that he brings down and puts into the washing machine. We hang it up. He folds it and puts it away. So we are creating, my belief is my job as a parent is to help my children fit into society and to guide them on how to live here on planet Earth. So I give them those responsibilities quickly. From time to time, like on the weekend, Jonathan made breakfast for everybody. I'll make breakfast for everybody. If I'm making something, I'll offer it to everybody. It's not that that's it, they do everything their own. They're capable, I guess is my point. And then when you can see that they're capable, it's a little bit easier to let go. So maybe think about something that you could hand over to them this week that you don't have to do, just to create some more time for yourself. Do a little time budget and go, how much time do I spend on making lunches or making food for everybody in the family? How much time does that take me? And then see if that time could be used somewhere else with something that you really value. Yeah? Yes, I feel like yelling, hallelujah, preach it. I'm sure there's a song there, but sing hallelujah. Wow, that's fabulous. Mine make themselves breakfast, that's it. And you just need to keep giving them things. I mean, you know, the first time we did this, man, the eye rolls. However, they're so much more capable than a lot of their friends. I know that. And they're so much more capable than a lot of their relatives. But I'm not bragging about that. What I'm saying is that's important for them as human beings and their development to be able to do that. But not only that, it gives me freedom to be looking after me. You know, at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, they can be up there. I can go to the gym knowing that they're all making their breakfast and looking after themselves and they're getting their day started. Jonathan's always still here at that time. It's all fully supervised. Everybody's going to have a heart attack about that. They're fully supervised. But I have the freedom to be me. So I get this solid time to express myself here on a 555 or through my writing, to connect, to ground, and then be a mum. I'm Michelle House first, then I'm mum. Well, actually Michelle House, then I'm wife, and then I'm mum. You first, couple second, well, partners second, and then children third, because they need to be here seeing that all of that is being taken care of, right? So imagine being the child and going, oh yeah, mum and dad are good, they're on the same page, that's great, I feel secure. Oh look, mum's looking after herself, I must remember to do that, look after myself too. We're their example. You don't want your children not looking after themselves, because that's why you're a parent, to show them how to look after themselves. Yeah? Oh. So all that was about time. It's a little bit of head scratching. I should get a whole lot of bloopers of my head scratching going, how did that happen and where did that come from? So here's my things, here's my takeaways, because these are my notes that are going to end up in an email today. So lack of direction, not lack of time, is the problem. We all have the same 24 hours. Align with your values. Yeah? Time is all we have. Use it consciously, wisely, but consciously. Waking up to it. Yeah? Awesome, guys. Happy Monday. High vibes. High vibes. I will see you tomorrow morning for 5:55. Bye-bye. I've got to end the broadcast twice. Okay, here we go. Bye, Georgina. End the broadcast.